welcome to ACC Softball, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. The rain came and then it went, thankfully. Tarp is off and we are getting set. Georgia Tech hosting number 13 Florida State. In the middle game of this three-game series, Issa Torres leaving the yard twice in game one, and Jazzy Francic throwing a no-hitter to get us underway. Hi there again with the coach, Carol Bruggeman. I'm Alex Perlman. Both of these teams really need this series, but in different ways, right? I mean, both are fighting for different things here at this point in the season.
This is a very meaningful series for postseason implications for both teams. For Georgia Tech, a series win would put them in a position for back-to-back NCAA tournament berths. And for Florida State, they're going for a top 8 seed.
They are, and Georgia Tech, though, is a team that is not to be dealt with lightly. And head coach Lonnie Alameda for Florida State knows that, because they are getting a potential chance to get back to regionals. They've been playing great as of late and coming off of their highest-ranked series win in program history. But to beat Florida State, you got to get Issa Torres out, and she's showing why that's so difficult here as of recently.
Issa Torres has enjoyed a power surge in the last 2 weeks. 4 home runs in the last 2 games. The first 2 years, Issa Torres was known more for her speed and short game, but not this season. She has unleashed her power, and hitting in the leadoff spot, she has set quite the tone for Florida State all season long.
And that has Torres on the brink of history, just 1 percentage point at this moment from the Division I single season record. Hitting .589, Sarah Graziano back for Coastal Carolina in 1994. But Issa is right there, and she has a terrific 8 behind her, led by Beecham, Danley, and Anaheim. The freshman is really coming to her own behind the plate here in her freshman season. So to get out Torres and the rest of this Florida State lineup, it is going to be Sydney Watts in the circle as Georgia Tech tries to even up this series at a game apiece.
Yeah, Sydney Watts has pitched the second most number of innings for Georgia Tech, so starting role is very familiar to her. Her #1 goal today, eliminate those free passes. You get a look there, 38 on the season. With Florida State's speed and their ability to move runners, that would not prove well for Georgia Tech.
So Issa Torres steps in. 7 leadoff home runs, 3 in the last 4 games, including last night off of Madeline Johnson. We are underway as Torres takes on the inside corner. Torres yesterday 2 for 3 with a couple of bombs. Both to dead center, and both no doubters. Went up in the zone that time to challenge Watts, and now it's 0-2. Torres, the leading hitter in college softball this year. She'll stay alive.
You can't say enough about the season she is having. She's so difficult to defend, a true triple threat. She can bunt, she can slap, and this season has added the ability to go yard. 15 so far on the season.
Also, one thing about Issa Torres is that she really doesn't strike out either. Only 8 times this year has she been sent back to the dugout on strikes. Showing a good eye there. 1-2. Torres was all the way up to 662 back in the 3rd week of March. She has been utterly dominant the entire season. Swing and a miss, just when we were saying you can't strike Issa Torres out. She's down for just the 9th time all season.
And that is a huge strikeout for Watts. Not only for her, that's just pure power. A curveball breaking inside. Torres can't get her hands inside the ball. A huge strikeout on the curveball from Watts.
And now Jason E. Beecham reaches back and hammers it up the middle for our first hit of the game. Beecham has had an excellent series, now 3 for 5 with a run scored.
And with Sydney Watts, you're going to see every pitch she throws has a little bit of upspin on it. She throws a rise ball, curveball combination, also can complement with a screwball. She's throwing in the mid-60s, so good velocity on the pitch. That creates an upspin, and velocity creates a lot of fly ball outs.
Ashton Danley, the two-way star for Florida State, steps in and swings at strike one. We will see her in the circle in the bottom of the first as well. Nothing for three in yesterday's win for Florida State. That'll get off of the glove of Hunter and allow Beecham to take second base.
A lot of adrenaline today from Sydney Watts. This is a very meaningful game for Georgia Tech. Not only would it be their 30th win of the season, but a bounce-back game after being no-hit last night. Trying to come back, set a good tone, but you're going to see that a little bit from Watts, kind of overthrowing, a little adrenaline. If you throw a rise ball up in the zone and you try to reach back and really fire it, it can get away from you, and we saw that on the previous pitch there.
You know, when Yellow Jackets head coach Eileen Morales told us it's not the stuff that is the issue, it's the control. That is where Sydney Watts has struggled this year. But that is on the inside corner, and Danley takes it for strike three.
Yeah, not really sure what Danley was looking for there as Watts was just bringing the heat right down the middle of the plate, and I just love the mentality she has brought into the circle. No fear going right at these Florida State Seminoles.
So Anaheim now with 2 outs. That is a little bit downstairs. Jason E. Beecham representing that leading run for Florida State on second base in scoring position. We'll see if Anaheim can drive her in. What a first season she's having. We knew that Anaheim came in and was a spectacular high school player, ranked the #2 one in the country out of Charlotte Christian by extra inning softball, and has come in and has shown why. Off the fists, spins foul.
Well, and we've seen 2 strikeouts in this inning for Florida State. They're one of the best teams in the country. You talked about Torres and her minimal number of strikeouts. This is a Florida State team that coming into this game, only 119 strikeouts on the year, almost 200 walks, typically very disciplined in the zone. So that is a big win so far from Sydney Watts.
Watts started games 2 and 3 at Virginia Tech, gave up 4 runs on 4 hits in 4 combined innings, but she walked 6. Struck out 3, though. A big series win for the Yellow Jackets. And Hine rips it into left, down for a hit. Beecham getting the go-ahead. No throw. Florida State on top. 1-0 here in the first.
This is something Florida State has been so good at all season long. 2-out RBI clutch hits. Not really sure why Willer didn't let that ball go and throw it home. She had a great opportunity. She was playing shallow. The ball had a lot of pace on it. You could see her catcher, Reese Hunter, a little disappointed that ball did not go for. Possibly a missed opportunity early for Georgia Tech.
And now for the Seminoles, it's Bella Ruggiero. Currently on a 9-game hit streak, so she has been hot as of late. 7 for her last 11, a double, and 3 runs driven in. A redshirt freshman takes outside.
She's been one of the hottest hitters in the Florida State lineup over the last 2 weeks and has earned herself that starting position because of it. Loves to stay in the back of the box, an adjustment we're seeing already from Florida State. Knowing that Watts does not throw a lot of off-speed pitches, they're going to let that ball travel as far as they can, catch up to that velocity and lay off that pitch up in the zone. If you're Florida State, you're looking for something down in the zone you can drive.
2-2, driven deep, not far enough though, and there's the center fielder Wall to back up and make the play. But for the second straight night, Florida State strikes in the top of the first.
ACC Softball is presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Special moment pregame, the 5 Georgia Tech seniors being honored. All of their moms throwing out the opening pitch here in the final series for Georgia Tech, not only at home this year or in the ACC, but for the season. They have next week off to try to get ready for the ACC tournament. One of the biggest reasons for head coach Eileen Morales, they're starting finals, and this is not easy at university to take finals. Alyssa Willer knows that, steps in and fouls it straight back. She knows how to play good softball, though, too.
And she's at the top of the order, really been the hottest hitter in the Georgia Tech lineup, has set the tone early, 12 RBI in the last 7 games from that leadoff position.
She leads them in just about every single offensive category. Ashton Danley gets the start in the circle, and she only has to follow up a no-hitter from Jazzy Francic. No pressure.
And this is a pitch by committee team. And you take a look at those strikeouts. That's what's the most impressive for Ashton Danley. And she really likes to work the ball down in the zone. You're going to see kind of a drop change combination from her. So if you're a hitter for Georgia Tech, you're really making the ball get elevated, looking for something up in the zone.
That was a little too elevated for Willer's liking, and she is ahead in the count, 3-1. Just missed.
Well, and that's what makes Danley so tricky, is her ability to mix speeds. She really can throw 3 different speeds, so very difficult to time up. Didn't get the call on that particular off-speed pitch, but she will throw them early and often.
Actually 3-2 now. That previous pitch was called a strike, but that one is as well on the inside corner. So Alyssa Willer is down on strikes to start off the Jackets.
And Ashton Danley's one of the best two-way players in the game, plays outfield when she's not in the circle. And when she's in the circle, she can heat the ball up in the upper 60s. She's going to throw that drop changeup combination on both sides of the plate. And her ability to mix speeds really can disrupt the hitter's timing. She gets a lot of miss hits because of that.
Danley will face the fellow lefty, Holly Medina, getting the start at second. There's Isa Torres, who continues her errorless streak. This is somebody that really doesn't make a mistake in any way, shape, or form. And now Isa Torres, 132 straight chances without an error, which is an NCAA record.
I mean, she's just such a complete player. We've talked about her offensive accolades in the top of the first inning, but equally impressive is her defense. She is solid and consistent as she anchors the Seminole defense.
That's on the outside corner for Tucker. I should say with a caveat, a record for a shortstop, because there are outfielders that will go entire seasons without making an error. Although as a coach, I think you would say you better.
For sure. First baseman too. First baseman
right,
too.
sure.
You know, it's just a little different position, and I think that's what makes that errorless record for Isa Torres so impressive. Is she is in the heart of the infield. She does handle the ball a lot, both in assists and putouts, and she has been just a model of consistency in the Florida State infield.
Up the middle once again, here's Torres, gobbles and fires. Got a pretty strong arm over there at short too, doesn't she? And she'll record a couple of more assists to her tally. Georgia Tech goes down in order in the first. Welcome back to ACC Softball, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Beautiful Saturday afternoon, springtime in Atlanta. Florida State leading 1-0 over Georgia Tech. As we go to the top of the second, Alex Perlman, Carol Bruggeman, all with you, along with Buzz, who is taking in this in front of a sold-out crowd. All 3 games. It was a great environment last night as Florida State got the win. Chopper over to short. Underhand flip by Emma Simon to get Kennedy Harp on the first pitch. Second straight game that Florida State has struck in the first inning. Part of a 21-pitch inning for Sydney Watts. Now she'll face Shelby McKenzie. One thing to keep in mind, when Florida State scores in the first, they are 25-2. So I would say the history not exactly going in Georgia Tech's favor here in this game.
Well, let's think about that. That's 27 based on, if my math is mathing correctly, that's 27 times they've scored in the first inning out of, they've played probably, 40-some games. Got to do my math here, 48 games. So over half of their games, they are scoring in the first inning. That also says a lot about just the tone they've been setting, that they're ready to go from the first pitch, not wasting any opportunities.
And outscoring opponents 65-20 in the first inning this year. And that does have a mental impact on your opponent, doesn't it, Carol?
Oh, it sure does. And in this case, when you're the visiting team, when your starting pitcher can go out with a lead, it is like taking a weighted vest off. You just feel very differently, even though you want to approach every inning the same, not look at the scoreboard. There's no doubt about it. It is a huge mental lift for your offense. It's a huge mental lift for your starting pitcher.
Like when you're warming up in the on-deck circle and you got a bat weight on, and then you take it off and you're like, I didn't know I could swing this hard. 3-1 now the count here on McKenzie. Do a 3-2. Shelby McKenzie, the sophomore from Oklahoma, slugging .608 this season, which is third on the team behind Justisa Torres and Jason E. Beecham. And she will walk with one out here in the second. Seminoles have been taking care of business, beating the teams that they should be beating. And that's the mark of, a program that should go deep in an NCAA tournament, is that's bounced off of the foot of Tucker, and everybody is going to be safe. Had a little bit of weird spin on it. And because of that, first and second, and nobody gone, one gone that is, here in the second inning.
Yeah, this is a miss-hit ball. Griggs rolls over the top of it, but Grayson Tucker stops her feet. Keeping your feet moving through the foul line, she would have had a much better opportunity to field that ball instead of stopping and reaching. And that is another missed opportunity for Georgia Tech at the third base position.
And that's going to bring Eileen Morales out to the circle because she can sense this could already be a very important point in this game. Morales now 9 years at her alma mater, certainly one of the best players in Georgia Tech history. Hall of Famer here, was a 3-time All-ACC shortstop. Made a couple of different stops after being an assistant here at Georgia Tech, including head coach at Radford for 2 years before coming to the Flats. And maybe one of the biggest compliments, right, you can give to a head coach is that her team plays in her image.
Yeah, I mean, your team becomes what you emphasize, and knowing Coach Morales, she is emphasizing being feisty, being competitive, being gritty, and that's the type of Georgia Tech team that we've seen this season.
Here's McKenna Sturgis. She is getting the start at second base after the unfortunate injury to Marin Heller at the very end of yesterday's game. Collided with Abby McInnes, a fielder's choice, which finished up the no-hitter, but it was not the way that anybody wanted to see the game end. So Sturgis is going to have to be in there for the rest of this series at least at second base. Usually a center fielder, but she did play infield in high school, and we've been told she's been practicing there over the last few weeks. But it is definitely a change for Florida State, who's a team that is on a roll, and you don't want to mess up too much of that good mojo.
Jan Heller started every game this season at second base.
Sturgis inside, outs it. Flair drops in front of the diving wall and goes all the way back to Vukadinovic. Florida State scores, and it's 2-0. Still second and third now, as Florida State is not done either here in the second.
Well, Sturgis battles, a little bit of an inside-out swing, and the ball drops right where there's no defenders. Good effort out there from Wall, but now it gets behind her, and good base running from Sturgis. Even though the ball's in front of her the whole way, she recognizes that she can get to second base, gets into scoring position.
And you got to deal with Issa Torres now with a couple in scoring position and just one out. They struck her out swinging first time up. Tried the bunt, fouled it back, now 0-2. And you know, you're getting to the point in the season where if you're trying to hit 589 or better for the year and set the NCAA Division I single season batting average record, you can't go 2 for 4. You know, you got to go 2 for 3 with a walk, 3 for 4. Just missed there, showing a good eye.
Well, and here with a base open, still just a 2-run lead. I mean, this is decision time for Georgia Tech, but you look, you know, a lot of people say, hey, let's walk her, let's put her on base. That would be a good decision. You also have Jason Beecham on deck, who leads the team in RBI.
1-2, flare down the left field line, that's in there. A hold comes from third base for McKenna Sturgis, but it's 3-0 Florida State. I'm not even convinced that was a strike, and Issa Torres has no problem getting a base hit out of it.
Well, we've seen a lot of power surge from Issa Torres lately. This one, she just shows you her barrel control. The pitch is on the outer half of the plate. She lets it get deep, flares it into left field. It's like she can do whatever she wants with her bat right now, Alex. You know, just putting balls in play, getting hits at will, but equally as impressive is Florida State's base running. Every time they have an opportunity to move up 60 feet, they have done that.
This is what I'm talking about, though, with Torres. So she's 1 for 2 right now with an RBI single, right? I mean, that's an outstanding day so far. Her average actually drops from 588 to 587. Beecham, slow dribbler to third. No play for Tucker. And Florida State has already plated 4. And this is starting to get late early right now for the Yellow Jackets.
Now, Beecham is typically a power hitter. That you know, sometimes that makes up for the line drives where you hit a ball hard and it gets caught, and it's a line drive out. In that situation, she mishits it. You know, there's no play for anyone. You know, it all evens out in the long run, but good things happen when you swing the bat, and we are seeing Florida State put the ball in play and force Georgia Tech to play defense.
Ashton Danley, sky high, shallow center. Wall makes the catch. Torres tags, but just a bluff. Good throw in from Wall, and that makes sure that Torres stays 60 feet away. That's a big out right there for Sydney Watts.
Especially in the heart of the order, to not have Florida State score another run in this inning. It's been a big inning already for Florida State. To get to 2 outs, big sigh of relief out there for the Georgia Tech defense.
3 in, and now here's Anna Hines. What a stop by Tucker. Hines had the RBI single that brought in the lone run for the Seminoles in the first. Reese Hunter behind the plate. What has she not done in her 4 seasons? They're going to go to second. Beecham is dead to rights. They threw all the way through. Torres State put it first, and Beecham is caught stealing. That's a big break for Georgia Tech. Maybe they can use some of that for a little momentum going into the bottom half.
Reese Hunter, one of the best in the ACC at throwing out base runners. Will that give Georgia Tech offense the momentum they need?
mentioned it earlier, but here is the final out in yesterday's game. Really unfortunate. Maren Heller and Abby McInnes colliding. It was called runner interference, and that is the last play of the game, but clearly a big collision there.
Yeah, just it's tough to see that. Base runner's trying to make a play, and Maren Heller's trying to make a play to end the game. And here's the statement from head coach Lonnie Alameda.
Yeah, she said thank you to all of you who have reached out about Maren. She's going to be out the remainder of this series and back with her family in Tallahassee undergoing some further evaluation. And we wish the best for Maren. And also got word from Georgia Tech officially, Abby McInnes, the pinch runner that was in there that collided with Heller, is doing okay. And she's with her family, and now McKenna Sturgis gets an opportunity to step into Heller's shoes, which at this point in the season is significant, don't you think?
As you charge into postseason, especially on the infield, you would love to have your infield set. And personally, I think second base, catching, they're the toughest to replace at this time of year because of the decision-making involved. And that's why when you're at practice and your coach is asking you to play multiple positions and really learn and immerse multiple positions, this is why. McKenna Sturgis has played infield. She also plays a lot of outfield here at Florida State, but now she's got some big shoes to fill as Heller started every game this season at second base.
Pulled the string on Addison Leshberg. Now it's 2-2.
That changeup is just lethal. One of the best changeups in the game, in my opinion, because her body, her motion, her arm speed, everything looks the same. She tunnels it so well. It throws it off speed.
Again, Leshberg is the second strikeout victim here against Ashton Danley.
Well, and if you think, okay, every now and then I'm probably going to see some off-speed from Ashton Danley. Well, here's the first one. This one's up in the zone. And guess what? Now she's in her head, thinks, you know what? I'm going to throw it again. But this time I'm throwing it low and in. So that ability to command the changeup and throw it in different locations, it's not just the speed of the pitch, but she can command the zone on both sides of the plate. Makes it very difficult to hit.
And now Reese Hunter playing in her final series here for Georgia Tech at Newborn Field. And what a way to do it against the number 13 team in the country, the number 1 team in the ACC standings now after Duke fell to Clemson. They're 19-4, and Florida State at 16-3 takes over the lead. They've kind of been, not necessarily in terms of scoring the comeback kids, but in terms of the ACC crown, because it's been Duke that's been leading the way the entire time.
Well, and nice catch there by one of our fans.
It's beautiful.
But there's so much talk about parity in the ACC this season, and there is. You have Duke, you have Virginia Tech, you have Virginia, you have Louisville. I could go on and on. There's the very strong ACC, but look who's still at the top. So impressive what they've been able to do for years.
Over to Griggs. She'll touch up to get Hunter. 5 up and 5 down now here against Danley.
And this is a program that expects to win championships. You look at the amount of ACC regular season, ACC tournament, the deep postseason runs. So you have all of these teams around you getting better, and you added Stanford to the league, you added Cal to the league, and yet they still are the gold standard here in the ACC.
2 outs, and Paige Vukadinovic takes downstairs. Lonnie Alameda has transformed this Florida State program. They've made the postseason every single year. 2018, the national champions. 2021 and 2023, national runners-up. And maybe that's what makes it even more impressive. What you're talking about, Carol, is that everyone around them has gotten better. And they still, until proven wrong, this is Florida State's league.
There's no doubt about it. And, that's what makes it so impressive is it's one thing to rise to the top. it's quite another to get to the top, because you're very hungry when you're climbing that mountaintop and want to win a championship or two. And we've seen that from programs around the league and really around the country. But with Florida State, once you're at the top, there's not a lot of room to get better, and yet they have found ways continuously to do that with the players they recruit, the culture. This is a program that keeps their players within the confines of Florida State, not a transfer on the roster. Very impressive.
Vukadinovic reaches out, and there's the first chance for Sturgis. Stepping in nicely for the injured Marin Heller. And we've played two. It's 4-0 Florida State.
Well, McKenna Sturgis, welcome to the starting lineup today. Shuts down the inning for the Seminoles, coming to bat.
For your whole life. It's a one and done, so you got to bring your A game, and you're going home if you don't.
Must watch softball.
Welcome to ACC play, baby. Let's go.
It's going to be a show May 6th through 9th here on ACC Network, as well as around ESPN. That hot shot gloved by Tucker. The throw is in time. I thought maybe she caught that on a liner. Regardless, it's the first out here against Anaheim. It's hard to handicap this year, the ACC tournament, because, I mean, Florida State is the favorite. I would say one of them certainly coming in, but Clemson was the one that came away on top last year.
When you take a look at what Stanford is doing, they are surging as well at the right time of year. And, you know, if you ask any coach, when you want to be playing your best softball, it's late April and May and all the way through the end. And we've seen that from Stanford. Louisville having a very strong season. They're just a gritty team, finding ways to win. And so there's a lot of teams that not only could win the ACC championship in Charlottesville once the teams get to that tournament format, but a lot of teams looking to punch their tickets to the postseason.
2-0 just a little bit outside. Talk about Stanford surging. Well, who can forget the series that they put up against the Seminoles out on the West Coast? The only 3 losses so far for Florida State in that series. And they snapped the 25-game win streak, which at the time was the longest active one in college.
Yeah, very impressive series sweep for Stanford. And we talked with Coach Lonnie Alameda about that. And she said, wow, everybody's asking, like, are you disappointed? Like, I know you're, you know, really just not happy about the way that happened. And she says, you know, maybe it is, but was this way it was supposed to happen. Maybe we needed that adversity to learn from that, to experience that and move us forward. And that sort of response is exactly what you'd expect from head coach Lonnie Alameda and why this culture is so strong.
Ruggiero down on strikes. Third strikeout for Sydney Watts, having a very good third inning so far.
Sydney Watts just brings pure power. So you notice that little upspin on the ball. It's a low rise ball, but it has just enough to jump right on top of the bat of Ruggiero.
2 outs, nobody on now for Kennedy Hart. That curve on the inside corner. One thing that could help Florida State is getting into a difficult game on the road, because just the nature of where they're located in Tallahassee, they just don't have to play many true road games. They've only played 11 this year, 33 home games.
Yeah, and we could get into a whole show on just the advantages of that.
I mean, we could do a whole
in Division I
weekend on that
softball.
for
Yeah,
you,
like
for
just
sure.
being able to play at home, and good for Florida State. There's not a coach in the country that wouldn't take advantage of that. But they're not as battle tested on the road. That's why that number 8 seed that they're battling for there you get a look at their home and away record. Just 12 away games. Some teams in the northern part of the country play 12 in the first 2 weeks of the season on the road. And so that's why Florida State, that 8 seed, is important for a lot of reasons, but being able to stay at home and play in the postseason, the biggest one.
That line drive easily handled by Medina, and for the first time, Florida State goes down in order. 2.5 in the books. Georgia Tech up, but trailing by 4. Number 13, Florida State leading Georgia Tech 4-0. ACC softball presented by Auto Owners Insurance. It is a sellout here at Newborn Field all 3 games. I assume that's not just humans, because we saw a pretty good puppy out there as well. I think there might be more than one. We got to scour the field. That will be part of our job, I think, to catch all the dogs.
And one big yellow jacket.
One very big yellow jacket, indeed. And Georgia Tech hoping to even this series up at a game apiece. Ashton Danley's not making it easy, though, in the circle. That first pitch fouled away by Jaden Gailey, the senior, here on the day that all the seniors being honored. Mom's throwing out the first pitch. It's first start for her since March 28th at Louisville. He's had some pinch hit opportunities here and there. That one missed inside, but I mean, Gailey is a very talented player. She's been a 3-year starter, a career .313 hitter. And the top 50 player in the country coming out of high school. That off speed's really working for Danley today.
Well, and you think about the score and the inning, you're always thinking of those things as the game progresses. And with Ashton Danley and her ability to throw the ball down in the zone, change speed, she just does not give up a lot of big hits, a lot of home runs. Only given up 4 on the season. She's very difficult to put up crooked numbers against in one particular inning because of where she locates the ball, how she mixes speeds. She has a 3-to-1 ground ball to fly ball ratio, which means, you know, it's hard to score quick runs when you're just, you got to pass the bat, single, single, single.
That's on the outside corner, no question. What a spot. Gailey is down. 3 Ks on the game for Ashton Danley.
Oh, this is a drop ball on the outer half. Just paints the corner. Doesn't get any better than that. Anaheim doesn't even waste any time for the umpire's call. She's throwing the ball around. She knew it was a great pitch, and Danley is in complete command right now, really using all of her pitches to all parts of the strike zone.
Now it's up to Emma Simon. The sophomore from Atlanta. Spent her high school at the Marist School, which is only a 20-minute drive to Mewbourne Field. If you are going to have success as the Georgia Tech head coach, you've got to dominate this softball hotbed of an area in the greater Atlanta area.
Georgia is a fantastic state for softball, and you're absolutely right. If you narrow it even further, the metro Atlanta, very popular sport in the area. A lot of great athletes choose to play softball, and it's really developed well here in this high school and travel ball.
Simon gets it past Torres, and she is on for the first hit here against Danley in the first of the game for Georgia Tech, and we can extrapolate that even further to the first of the series for the Jackets.
Yeah, just a collective sigh of relief for the entire Georgia Tech offense. This is a strong offense for Georgia Tech. They're in the top 20 in the country in both number of hits and home runs. They can put up some runs, but the Georgia Tech pitching staff has had something to say about that, have limited the offense so far in this series.
Ball and no strikes here on Reagan Wall, the number 9 hitter for the Jackets. She'll pull it back and now put it back down. Offered, according to home plate umpire Hartley Hines. Now the count's even at 1-1. An offense, though, under Eileen Morales. Devin Boland as well has done such a great job installing the system offensively that Georgia Tech uses. And you can see they have been reaping those rewards. Anytime you're putting up more runs takes less off of your pitcher's shoulders, and that's why we're seeing, yes, this is a Georgia Tech team that can get to back-to-back NCAA regionals.
Florida State left side of the outfield has really come in quite a bit because Reagan Wall is more of a speed player. Just 2 extra base hits on the season. They are pitching her to that left side, really playing the odds there, knowing that it's going to be some sort of short game here.
They're going to go the opposite way, off of the glove of Ruggiero, a mistake that we don't see very often from Florida State. And it's second and third now with 1 out. The Jackets trying to take advantage as the lineup turns over with 2 in scoring position.
Yeah, Ruggiero is playing shallow. She has to drop step, and she loses her ability to the depth perception there. The ball actually goes behind her. Should have turned the opposite way. Did not read that off the bat very well. Tried to throw her glove up. Another missed opportunity, but credit to Wall. She did a little power slap there, recognizing the defense, and it paid off.
And this is exactly who you want at the plate here in Alyssa Willer, who takes upstairs. First time that Florida State pitching has allowed a hit since the 4th inning against Florida on Wednesday, and now they have allowed back-to-back.
Well, if you're Alyssa Willer now in the box, you're looking for a pitch elevated in the zone, something you can drive to the outfield through the infield, because you know what Ashton Danley's going to do. Keep the ball down in the zone, mix speed. She's looking for a ground ball here to really hold the runners at second and third.
That paints the inside corner for strike 1. Willer over the last 10 games, hitting .438, 4 doubles, a triple, 5 homers, and 14 runs driven in. Can she get the big one here? Off of Danley, she knocks it down, flips to first in time, and the runners hold, and hopefully Danley is okay. That got her square.
And she is quickly waving everyone off. She's able to get her glove down. Really, ball hits her body, but she's able to stay under control, knowing the situation, knowing where the base runners are. She's able to flip it over. Remember, Danley is a two-way player. She hits, she plays outfield. She can play almost every position on the field that a left-handed fielder could play. And so this is a very wise timeout here from head coach Lonnie Alameda. It's been a little bit of a crazy inning for the Florida State defense. Just giving Ashton Danley another minute to kind of gather herself, get refocused. That was a well-hit ball from Willer right back up the box, and it results in an out because of Ashton Danley's ability to stay calm, know the situation, and still get the out at first base.
That had some exit velo on it. You couldn't hit it much harder. Just right at Danley, who knocks it down, flips to first. Now 2 outs. Second and third here with Holly Medina coming up. Just didn't go around, according to Anthony Small, our third base umpire. First base umpire is Heath Walker today. Hartley Hines behind the plate. 1-0, still 2 in scoring position for the Jackets here in the third. You know, at the time when Georgia Tech was able to beat Notre Dame in that series, it was the first time that they had ever beaten Notre Dame in a 3-game series, and it was Holly Medina who had the walk-off to beat them in Game 2 and clinch it. And there's ball 4. Since then, of course, the biggest series win has been supplanted by what they did against Virginia Tech last weekend.
Well, that's the first walk of the game for Ashton Danley, and you just wonder, is she able to put that last play behind her? 4 straight pitches on a walk. This is an important part of the game here for Georgia Tech, a huge opportunity to get on the board.
The number 3 hitter, Tucker, steps in. She'll take a little bit low. Team home run leader for the 2nd straight season. 16 bombs on the year in this bandbox. Can she get into one here? Not this time, but it's 2-0 and nowhere to put Tucker. It's only 190 down the lines, just 220 to center field. Yes, the fence is 8 feet high, but you get into one, it's gone.
Short porch, there's no doubt about it, and it's really a triples field because those alleys are really deep in right field and left field. Good timeout here called by the Florida State defense. Remember, head coach Lonnie Alameda's already used her timeout to go talk to Danley. If she did that again, she'd have to come out of the circle. Just showing some maturity there and some leadership from the Florida State infield.
Pitch to Tucker, hammered foul. Danley threw just 23 pitches in the first 2 innings combined. That was her 24th here in this 3rd inning alone. And now 2nd time through the order here for the Yellow Jackets. At picturesque Mewbourne Field in the heart of Atlanta. 2-1, the count on Tucker. 1 ball away from walking in the first run here for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, Danley's lost a little bit of command of that off-speed pitch. It was so impactful the first 2 innings. Throwing a few too many balls with it. Cannot find it for a strike.
3-2.
And that's the pitch she's had the best command of, that drop ball on the inner half to righties. Grayson Tucker, good pitch for her to really time up, do some damage here for Georgia Tech.
Yeah, does she go back to it here on the payoff? We'll see. Yes, she does. Tucker fouls it away. Seventh pitch of the at-bat upcoming with the bases loaded. Simon on third, Wall on second, Medina on first. And Georgia Tech trailing by a slam. Opposite field, not deep. And there is McKenzie. So after all of that, Georgia Tech loads the bases and Ashton Danley strands them. We'll talk to most likely pretty upbeat head coach Lonnie Alameda after her team gets out of trouble in the bottom of the third before the top of the fourth. Talking with the Florida State head coach. Top four, Florida State on top of Georgia Tech, 4-0 here in the middle of the game of this three-game set. And we are joined by the Florida State head coach, Lonnie Alameda.
Hey, Coach, a little visit to the circle there after Danley, knocked down the ball, got the out at one. What was the conversation there to really settle things down?
Yeah, I mean, just keep attacking the zone. I think that's important to just keep attacking the zone. And, she's been great at mixing speeds and, super confident in the drop ball and changeup and the off-speed stuff that she's been working on.
What about the job that McKenna Sturgis has done filling in for Marin Heller?
I know. Hey, Marin. I know she's watching the game out there, so we love you. I know Sturge being an athlete. We have a lot of athletes on roster, and it's kind of funny. I talked to Marin before, and I was like, Marin, all right, any words of wisdom for Sturge? And she goes, she'll be fine. She's an athlete. So I thought it was pretty awesome. But yeah, they're a tight group, this freshman class.
Yeah, they really are, and you can tell. Thanks so much, Coach. Always appreciate the time.
Thank you. All right, bye.
Lonnie Alameda, one of the absolute class acts, not only of ACC softball, but college softball in general. 3-0 on Shelby McKenzie, bottom of the order now for the Seminoles. All three of the 7, 8, 9 hitters scored in the second inning. Big reason that Florida State has such a strong lead here after 3 innings of play in Atlanta. And McKenzie with her second walk. Well, Lonnie and my esteemed partner, Carol Bruggeman, with a pretty special connection back in 2023, getting inducted into the NFCA Hall of Fame. What a career that both of you have had. That's a special thing to share, isn't it?
It's a very special thing to share. So happy for Lonnie Alameda. She is so deserving, and it was such a special night. And I think what made it even more special, obviously just for both of us, was the ability to be inducted together and just have this mutual respect and appreciation for each other. Just very special event.
Chopper, there's Leshper, goes to second, one on to first, not in time. Griggs beat it out, but nicely turned there by Leshper and Simon.
A good decision here from Leshper. It helps being left-handed, and she's moving right to second base. Beautiful throw, kept it up nice and high. Easy exchange there from Simon, but too much speed from Griggs.
I love that quick release from Simon, too, at short. Still has so much zip on that ball. And here is Sturgis up the middle. What a play by Medina! They get the lead runner thanks to some stellar glove work from Holly Medina up the middle. She's usually a center fielder.
Just gonna say, she was in center field a day ago, but it's the footwork. No wasted motion. She attacks the ball with her feet, stretches at the right time, looks the ball in, and then has the athleticism for the flip to second base. A huge play for Georgia Tech. That ball had enough pace on it, Alex, where it more than likely would have got to the wall. Florida State with another potential to score a run there.
What a versatile group, too, this Georgia Tech defense. One of the things that Eileen Morales, telling us, fielding 971 this season, so much improved from last year. And we will talk to Eileen Morales, head coach of Georgia Tech, coming up before next inning. She is a defensive coach, so seeing her team struggle in the field was not easy for her. Clearly, that's not the case this season.
Oh, yeah, she lives and breathes defense. There's no doubt about it. Has all sorts of scoring systems for her defense, +1, +2. Was it a routine play? Was it a saving runs play? Like that one probably got a lot of +5 from my angle.
Issa Torres pops it up over to short, and there's Simon who makes the play. Well, that'll do it after some spectacular defensive work from her Yellow Jackets. We'll talk to Eileen Morales coming up next, trailing 4-0. You're watching ACC Softball presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Georgia Tech trailing Florida State as we go to the bottom of the fourth. We're joined by the head coach, Eileen Morales. Eileen, we've talked about Holly Medina's versatility. You love what she's brought from Cal. What has she meant for this team, not just defensively, but overall?
I mean, she's just got a great competitive spirit. She never wants to lose. And I think last week she robbed a home run and outfield and center field, and then, today making that play out there. And I think there's not many people who can play defense on the grass and the dirt in the country as well as her. So really proud of her and the work she puts in.
Agree. What an athlete. Last inning, a lot of opportunities to score. A much different approach from your hitters. What did you like about that approach last inning?
I mean, I think it's just second time through. Willer barrels a ball. I feel like it was like 80. Just, they made a great play on it. And sometimes that's the ball game, right? Angles and inches. And so we feel like a lot of momentum rolling our way, and hopefully we can capitalize on that moving forward.
Absolutely. Coach, thanks so much for the time as always.
Hey, great night. We got Bruno Mars later, so it's a great time to be in Atlanta.
Well, hopefully you get tickets for tomorrow. I know you were trying to, after the finale.
We love it. We love it. Thank y'all.
Yeah, that is so exciting at Bobby Dodd Stadium just down the road. Bruno Mars bringing his romantic tour here to Atlanta for 2 straight nights, and I have heard that tickets are very, very limited for those shows.
Sure they are.
Are you staying an extra night?
How fun would that be? Yes, I mean, you could sing along with every song, and try to dance along and keep up. Good luck, everybody, with that.
Don't try to do his moves. You're going to end up in the hospital. That one outside to Addison Leshper. Middle of this Yellow Jackets order coming up, Leshper, Hunter, and Vukadinovic. We saw them get to Danley, as Carol alluded to, with Eileen. Nothing to show for it, though, as Danley stranded the bases loaded. You know, and what she was saying, you see it so often, right? I mean, a break here, a break there completely changes the game. And that ball by Willer was crushed. If that is a foot left or right, you're talking about runs being scored and probably a very different score going into this fourth inning.
Well, and she mentioned, I think that ball was about 80. What she meant by that was the exit velocity off her bat. If you're at 70 plus, that is a very good exit velocity. It means, you know, a lot of good bat speed, you're connecting at the right time, and the exit velocity is obviously when the bat hits the ball, that's the exit velocity of the ball traveling, and 70 plus is good. 75 plus is great. She thought that one was 80, so that means it was a screamer.
Well, I would have to agree, don't you think?
Oh, I mean, she squared it up. And talk about on plane and on time. I mean, it was smoked.
Can't ask for much more than that. Leshper struck out the first time that she came to the plate against Danley. And now full at 3-2. Some very solid transfers in the last few years here for Georgia Tech. Not an easy school to transfer into, because academics play such a huge part here, but she came in from Minnesota. And chops it over to Beecham, who has trouble eating up. And she makes an error for the second straight game.
Now Beecham doesn't ever really secure this ball. She's fielding it off center of her body. The ball had some pace on it, but have loved to seen her center that ball up a little more instead of fielding it outside of her body. And that, you missed the transfer, couldn't get a hold of it. Defense always starts with your footwork and getting yourself in position for your hands to do the work.
And now here's Reese Hunter. Very much a power threat. Had a 3-run bomb at the start of game 3 in their win over Virginia Tech. They clinched the series. Remember, they lost the first game of that one on the road in Blacksburg. Would have been so easy to be dejected after that. They came back and won the final 2 for their highest ranked series win. That ball is blasted to left, and what a catch against the wall by Ruggiero. So making up for that miscue an inning ago, as she certainly would have robbed an extra base hit off the bat of Hunter.
I mean, Hunter could not have squared this one up any better. Really crowded the plate in that at-bat. And this time, Ruggiero drop steps and gives it her best shot. That's just effort. That's just throwing your glove up where you think it's going to go. And Reese Hunter says, what do I need to do to get a hit against this team?
She can go in and commiserate with Willard, too, because you can't hit 2 balls much better than that. Sometimes they just aren't in the right spot. Vukadinovic popped out to second her first time up. Leshper still on first, reached on the error. What have you seen offensively that has made the difference here for Georgia Tech?
I've seen them really be on time so much more. Actually, I think Georgia Tech has squared up more balls, Alex, than Florida State has in this entire game. So they're just seeing the ball well.
Up the middle. There's Sturgis. Torres handles, and they get the lead out.
I didn't have a chance for 2 on that play anyway. The ball was on the ground a long time. There was a lot of movement from the middle infielders, and Sturgis hung with it long enough to get that lead out.
And you're protecting a 4-run lead at this point, so all you got to do is keep getting outs. Seemed to be the name of the game defensively anyway, but when you've got a good advantage, is shorten the game as much as you possibly can at this point. Jaden Gailey with a strikeout looking. One of 3 Ks that Danley as recorded so far in this one for the Seminoles. To Torres. Gobbles, throws. After the bobble, still made the play. I think everybody around the country holding their breath, seeing if first error would come from Torres. Not this time. ESPN, your home for the Women's College World Series. Coverage begins May 28th on ABC, ESPN, and ESPN2. Who is going to take it home this year? Is it going to be a repeat for Texas? Does Oklahoma have something to say about it? I think this might be the most wide open Women's College World Series we are maybe ever going to see, because we talked about it before this game. In your poll, the NCAA poll, 6 teams got first place votes. That had never happened before.
And you look at the polls across the country, the amount of teams getting first place votes, it's unprecedented. Usually there's been one team who really stands out, maybe 2, and to have 6 different teams receive first place votes nationwide. I mean, it's like rolling the dice this year. There's so much parity. It's going to be so much fun on the road to the Women's College World Series.
If you had to handicap maybe who has the edge going into the postseason, who would it be? What's the team to watch?
I think you look at the battle-tested teams across the country, because nothing's going to phase some of these teams when they get to the postseason. You look at in Oklahoma, just their ability to excel on the road, at home.
There's Tucker to her left, just in time to get Beach. A pretty play there on the hot corner by Grayson Tucker.
But I wouldn't count out a Nebraska, who just has a lot of mojo going for them right now, and they have a very deep, very experienced team.
You always get kind of like one unexpected team. I wouldn't say Nebraska's necessarily unexpected, but one that's, not from the SEC, ACC, that sort of Big 12.
And you've got
Big
UCLA.
Ten's got great. Yeah, that's the thing.
We could go up and down. You've got Texas is very battle-tested. Texas Tech, of course. I mean, you can't ever count out a team that has Nigeri Kennedy in the circle. When you're playing one game a day and you can go with your best day after day, that's when you can make some good runs.
What about the ACC's best teams, like a Florida State, Duke, Stanford? Even Virginia Tech, we could throw them in there. Other teams too, but where would you put the conference right now?
I'd put the conference up there. They have several teams, I think, who could compete for the championship. Florida State, of course, has the biggest nod. Just they've been there, done that with some postseason runs. A lot of experienced players, but this also is a younger Florida State team, but culture doesn't graduate, tradition doesn't graduate, so that's what they expect. I think Florida State, you take a look at Duke and their ability to score runs. They took a while for their pitching staff to really find their groove. A lot of new pitchers this year outside of Cassidy Curd, but their ability to score runs and score runs at will. I mean, you look at the amount of runs they're putting up every game. Even today,
Yes.
They lost the game and they put up double-digit runs. So when you can do that, you're never out of a game. You look at Virginia Tech, their ability to hit the home run. When you can hit the home run up and down the lineup, you're never out of the game. So there's a lot of teams, like Virginia has a good pitching staff. It's going to be a fun ACC tournament, but I feel like these teams can make some good postseason runs as well, soaring with their strengths.
And something that, Virginia Tech boasts is a pretty deep pitching staff as well. Bree Carrico has the lowest ERA in the ACC this year. Emma Mazeron is absolutely battle-tested, and he has, Pete Demore has a lot of options this season to go to in the circle. Swing and a miss, got Danley there on the payoff. Been very solid from Sydney Watts here the last couple innings.
I think that's one thing you look at. You take a look here at Watts. Again, she's had a lot of success throwing that curveball down in the zone with a lot of velocity. Danley just can't catch up with it. But you look at the ACC in particular, a lot of teams are pitching by committee. Florida State, Virginia Tech, Virginia.
This is hammered off of the glove of Tucker. In the hole, no chance for Simon. We'll have to see how that one is scored, but Hind is on for the second time today. You'd imagine E5 there?
I would go with E5. That ball did have a lot of pace, but Tucker just kind of stopped on the ball. She never continued through the play. First thing you got to do is secure the ball. Then you can, focus on throwing it, but she never got to the ball.
Still waiting on official word there. In the meantime, Bella Ruggiero takes outside. She's nothing for 2 with a strikeout. Florida State trying to add on to a 4-0 lead and take this series on the road. Off the end of the bat, shallow right center, calling the catch for Medina. She's usually an outfielder, so that was absolutely no problem for her. Florida State doesn't score. Georgia Tech coming up in the 5th. Welcome back to ACC Softball, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. So far, it's been all Florida State offensively. Ashton Danley limiting the Yellow Jackets to just 2 hits, and Florida State scoring those 4 runs. Isa Torres driving in a run already, and plating 1 in the 1st and 3 in the 2nd. And Bella Dimitrievich, talking about really talented freshman, she's in the circle now for Florida State going into the 5th.
Yeah, this is a familiar role for her. She's come in relief quite a bit this season. Very much a power pitcher and a very different look than Ashton Danley, more up in the zone.
The 2-time Illinois Gatorade Player of the Year at Lincoln Way Central High School. four-time All-State. She struck out 349 batters her senior year. She'll face Emma Simon. And that one misses. Trying to protect this 4-0 lead. Seminoles might win the series here with a win over Georgia Tech, but that's only the start of what the Seminoles are trying to do, because they know at this point, with Duke losing to Clemson today, that if they win out, and if they win today, they've got one more here against Georgia Tech, and then they go to BC, who's near the bottom of the league, and they win out. They're the ACC regular season champions, when everybody thought, oh, this might be Duke's year.
Well, it's you know, these conferences and specifically the ACC has really grown, and as it's grown, the number of teams, 15 teams now in the league, so has the quality of teams. You think about a Stanford that's come in the league, it makes it even more difficult to win a regular season champion. Now, you don't play everyone in the league in a lot of these mega conferences, just like in the ACC, but what the regular season champion proves is you've been consistent all season long. It's usually the most consistent team that ends up on top, and Florida State knows how to get it done. This is a lineup that has a lot of freshmen in it. Also some seasoned veterans, when you think about Torres and Beecham over there on the left side, Kennedy Harp out in center field, but you look around, you've got a lot of freshmen in the starting lineup right now, and they have been excelling at a high level.
At one point, the entire bottom four were freshmen. To another 2-2. Although, isn't it a little misleading to say regular season champion when you don't play everybody?
Well, I
don't know what to do
I'm a
about
big
that,
fan of, you almost, you really have it so you have the #1 seed in the tournament. I get that, but yeah, it just doesn't have the meaning that it used to when you're not playing every team in the league. But there's no way you can when you look at specifically the Power 4 conferences and just the amount of teams they have. There's not enough time, there's not enough weather across the country to play everybody. So you definitely still, you can't play everyone, but I do understand why you do need to have it to have that #1 seed in the tournament.
That missed. I believe that's ball 4, and now Emma Simons understanding that as well. She's been on a couple of times at a base hitter. First time up against Ashton Danley. A lot of times you can understand maybe taking first base early on, but you don't see it very often that after 4 balls, they don't want to go down to first base.
There was a lot of pitches there, a lot of foul balls there, new pitcher. Yeah, there was a lot going on there.
We are going to have some defensive replacements here. Was that Maddie Fry coming behind the plate? So Maddie Fry's going to be behind the plate, and Ashton Danley goes in to play left field. So Fry, the senior from Lutz, Florida. And there's Danley in left. She'll go in for Ruggiero. So a mid-inning change here for Lonnie Alamino. Always keeping us on our toes. Bottom of the 5th, 1 on, nobody out. Reagan Wall and Georgia Tech trying to threaten and score their first run of this series against Florida State. Offered at the pitch with the bunt. And there is strike 1. A lot of room out to right center field. We saw Wall go the opposite way for a double her last time up. Trying to bunt again, pulled back this time.
Dmitrievich struggling with her command a little bit. That changeup she has is really evolving. Doesn't really throw that consistently for a strike. So needs to have her faster pitches. Kind of a rise ball, screwball, curveball combination as she threw there to work ahead in the count. She fights back here to even the count at 2-2.
Dmitrievich earned the win in Game 2 against North Carolina, which was really an important series for Florida State because they come back after being swept by Stanford. And then against UNC, they return the favor to the Tar Heels. She threw 4 innings and 1-run ball in that game as Wall flares it down the line, and foul ground, Danley reaches up and makes the play. So Wall going opposite way, and back-to-back at bats, and the lineup turns over to Alyssa Willer, who, as Eileen Morales so eloquently said, probably hit an 80 her last time up.
And has nothing to show for it.
One out, one on. Here for the leading hitter for Georgia Tech, takes strike 1. The Yellow Jackets have just 1 game left after this. Rescheduled midweek, and then they are off next week. So they'll get some time off before the ACC tournament begins in Charlottesville. Almost postseason. The mayhem is about to begin, and it will certainly be that way in the ACC tournament, with it being so wide open, so many great teams in this conference. But throughout softball, and then a week later regionals, and the NCAA tournament starts up. That is in front of the plate, the call and the catch by Beecham. That's a big out getting Leshburn now. 2 away, Simon has to stay put at first base.
And that's a tricky play. You know, you think it's a high fly ball right in front of the plate. Well, you've got a new pitcher, new catcher, and you really don't want your catcher moving forward to ever catch a fly ball. So now it goes to the corners. It's right in the middle of them. Both of them are calling, you know, who's going to relent, who takes over, and that's something you practice, you talk about day in and day out in practice, and Beecham, clearly with the just the priority there, makes the play.
Georgia Tech just 1 for 8 in this game with runners on base. They only have 2 hits in this series, and they came back-to-back in the 3rd inning by Simon and Wall. Medina walked her last time up. 1-1.
And what we've seen with these defensive changes from Florida State, you better be ready to go if you're in that dugout, because, you know, Fry comes in the middle of a count. You've got Danley, who started in the circle, was the DP very briefly. Now she's out in left field. Ruggiero moves to right. Just always have good athletes in their program who can play multiple positions. And that gives Coach Lonnie Alameda a lot of options defensively, pinch runners, pinch hitters. And it's something that this program has really embraced, and these athletes really embrace.
Ton of versatility on this team. 1-2. With the opposite way. That is going to hold Simon at second, but Georgia Tech still fighting here in the 5th.
Now batting number 19, Grayson Tucker.
Well, another opportunity for Grayson Tucker. Came up last 2 innings ago and had bases loaded, opportunity for some RBI, came up short. Once again, finds herself with an opportunity to get Georgia Tech right back in this game.
And she came up with the bases full. A grand slam would have tied the game. Can't quite do that here, but she can put a dent into this lead.
Oh, this is the hitter Georgia Tech wants up. Just a power hitter. In every time she comes up to the plate, she's a threat for the home run. Leads the team in home runs, 16 on the season.
Driven in 52 runs. Now has to battle back from an 0-2 count. Georgia Tech has had runners on the last 3 innings. They have nothing to show for it yet. And 1 swing could change all of that here for Grayson Tucker. It's also the first time that Tucker has seen Dmitrievich. Great numbers with runners in scoring position.
Well, it's good battles. She is not going to leave that call up to the umpire. Anything close, she is getting her swings off, and that's what you want in this situation. Good discipline in the zone, but really committing to that swing. Stepping up when your team needs it.
She has struck out just twice in the last 10 games, almost right there, but no call from Hartley Hines for Bella Dimitrievich. 2-2. Putting together quite a good at bat against the freshman. Swing and a drive, deep center field, a look from Harp. It's a brand new ball game in Atlanta. Tucker stings Florida State, and the deficit is just 4-3 on one swing of the bat.
Well, Tucker comes through big for her team. Dimitrievich leaves this ball over too much of the plate, and this time Tucker does not miss. It was a no-doubter, almost over the trees in center field. The first clutch hit we have seen from Georgia Tech in this series. It comes at a very opportune time for Georgia Tech as they now just face a one-run deficit.
What a difference a swing makes. Now Addison Leshper takes upstairs. Grayson Tucker put an absolute charge into that one. Dead center field, deepest part of the ballpark, but it didn't even matter where it was because that cleared the wall by a good 20 feet. Tucker's team leading 17th home run of the year. Well then. Quite a way to score your first runs of a series in the 5th inning of game 2, but it makes it a one-run game.
Big exclamation point there. You know, Tucker, that's the hitter you want up. And boy, if Dimitrievich could have a pitch back, she would take that one back, Alex. She served it up for her, but credit to Tucker, she did not miss. You know, a lot of hitters won't be ready for that or just not ready to meet that moment. She certainly did, and she passes the bat now to the cleanup hitter, Leshper, who also has home run power.
You know, and Carol, Tucker had such a good take the pitch before, too, that really shouldn't go unnoticed because it earned her that next pitch. Well, we thought we would see some home runs this series. We always do here at Newborn Field. Bit of a bandbox and both teams playing for it. Florida State had a couple in yesterday's game, both of them by Issa Torres. And now the big swing from Tucker. And so, not so fast for Torres and the Knolls. And that hit Leshper.
Dimitrievich really struggling since she's come in this game with her command and does not have that off-speed pitch working for her as well. So she's had to rely on her velocity pitches, and you know, a lot of times throughout this lineup, walked the leadoff batter, gave up a hit, the home run, of course, the big hit, and just has struggled to find command. And Coach Lonnie Alameda going out to talk to her freshman, giving her, you know, just saying, hey, sometimes it's not your day, and we've got to switch it up, and that's what we're going to see.
New pitchers coming in, and it's Jazzy Francic who just threw a no-hitter.
Well, Georgia Tech got right back in this game with Grayson Tucker. A monster shot to center field brings Georgia Tech to within 1 run with a score of 4-3. And now they're going to turn to Jazzy Francic. And all she did last night, Alex, was throw a no-hitter. Love this move from Florida State. It's a little bit of a mental move, first of all. Georgia Tech knows what she did to them last night. It was not Dimitrievich Day. Got to make that change if you're Florida State.
Third of her career, second of the season. Also had one against Samford in her first start. And now Francic will deal to Reese Hunter, who all of a sudden is the go-ahead run at the plate here with 2 outs in the 5th. Georgia Tech has some power. They have the chance to change games. Reese Hunter is one of those players. 3-run bomb against Virginia Tech in Game 3 last weekend, spurring them to a massive series W on the road against the Hokies, which was their highest-ranked series win in program history. Before that, there was one team to take a series against Virginia Tech this year. Do you know who it was? The Duke Blue Devils. That's it. Virginia Tech number 10 at the time. And that has firmly put Eileen Morales' team in the postseason conversation. Hunter dribbles over to second, and there's Sturgis for out number 3. So Francic comes in and retires Hunter, but not before that massive swing at a 3-run homer for Grayson Tucker. What a game we have had so far here in Game 2 of this 3-game set. Florida State throwing a no-hitter yesterday and winning 4-0, but it has been a very different story. A lot of action, great defense so far.
Georgia Tech has come back with a vengeance, but it's been some great games defensively, offensively, none bigger than the 3-run home run from Grayson Tucker to put the score within reach. We've got a brand new ball game here in the top of the 6th.
I can't believe that I said it only cleared the fence by 20 feet. It might have been 3 full stories up into the trees, halfway there. And Grayson Tucker, obviously the biggest blow of the game so far, that 3-run shot. But Florida State is the one that is leading, and now with Jazzy Francic in to try to get the final 6 outs, it is very much not a foregone conclusion that the Yellow Jackets are going to be able to win this game, because they've got to get a hit off of Francic first. Seminoles will try to add on to it here in the top of the 6th. Harp, McKenzie, Griggs. That's 6, 7, and 8 in Lonnie Alameda's lineup. Harp, hot shot off of Simon's glove, and that'll be a single to start us off in the 6th. First hit of the series for Kennedy Harp.
And you see Emma Simon patting her chest. My bad. No footwork, no movement there. Just tried to snag the ball with her glove. Defense, again, it starts with your feet. One little step to the third base side, she would have got in front of that ball.
Here's Shelby McKenzie as Sydney Watts back out for her 6th inning of work. And has done an excellent job limiting this outstanding Florida State offense. Gave up a run in the first, 3 in the second, where it seemed like everything might unravel, but that fly out of Ashton Danley looming really large in this game because she kept them in it, gave her offense a chance, and then once Dmitrievich was put in favor of Danley, they got to her.
This is where it's so important if you're Georgia Tech to put up a 0 on the scoreboard for Florida State.
Sky high left center. There's Wall. She'll range over and make the catch.
You know, you've got all the momentum coming on off an offensive inning where you've scored 3 runs. There's a lot of excitement. When you come back on defense, you want a quick defensive inning, throw up a 0, and hey, let's go to work again on offense. The last thing you want to do is open that door for Florida State.
Griggs is nothing for 5 this series, though she has reached a couple of times, once on an error, once on a fielder's choice, here in game 2. And the bottom of this lineup for Florida State has been the part of the order that has done the most damage. I mean, 3 of the 4 runs scored coming from McKenzie, Griggs, and Sturgis. The only other run scored was Jason E. Beecham back in the first inning. The fist's back our way.
What I like about Watts is even though we're deep into the game now, this is the 3rd time through the batting order, she still is owning both sides of the plate with her pitches. She's able to command her curveball or screwball, a little bit of an upspin on both those pitches, but she's not afraid to come inside to these Florida State hitters. That's why we're seeing some balls off the fist.
Simon will get another chance. 2nd one, first, not in time. Nice dig out by Leshper, but didn't matter. And Griggs is on with another fielder's choice.
Now batting number 6, McKenna Sturgis.
2 really good defensive teams, and I wonder if that's what might put them over the edge once you talk about not only making the postseason, but maybe having success there in the NCAA tournament as well. Bunted in front, there's Hunter. The throw, not in time. Medina was covering, and she thinks this one should be challenged. First base umpire Heath Walker was right there. We have yet to see a challenge here in this series so far.
Well, Sturgis couldn't have dropped this one any better. Reese Hunter picks it up without a glove, and you're taking a look. When Medina catches the ball, she is not on the base, and she quickly realizes that, slides her foot on the base, also kind of goes for the tag. But Sturgis couldn't have picked a better time there to really drop the ball down. This is something Florida State does so well, but Eileen Morales is going to use one of her video challenges.
Get 2 here, and in the top of the 6th inning, this could be a big play. As we have our first video review.
Yeah, it's a huge play because the inning would be over. I believe we were at 2 outs. The inning would be over, or you get to face the #1 player in the country in terms of batting average, and someone who has just been a hitting machine this season, and especially with 2 outs. So this becomes a very big play. We'll get a better look at it. Medina does secure the ball. Her foot is not yet on the base. See Sturgis cut the base, but you know, you're taking a look at her toe there. A little bit tough to see the timing of when her toe, this should be a much better angle here.
It has to be indisputable video evidence to overturn this. When does her foot hit the bag? Because she does catch it before the runner Sturgis gets to the base.
Yeah, and then she's sliding it over there at first base.
Is this decisive enough for you?
And the call on the field is safe.
Right.
I'm not convinced that is enough evidence to overturn. And that's why we have, you know, the play stands, which means there's not enough to overturn, versus confirmed. It also can be confirmed. But this is very close play.
We're getting some excellent looks here from our
Outstanding.
crew. I mean, if we have to look at it frame by frame and we're still not sure, I don't know how you overturn this. Maybe they have better eyes than we do.
Well, this is just something Florida State does so well. Just that when you least expect it, they're going to drop one in the dirt. And it's a nice play by Hunter, who's one of the best catchers in this league, very mobile behind the plate. We saw her throw a runner out earlier in the game. It's what she does, but this, without her quick reactions, this wouldn't even have been a close play.
How hard a play is this for a second baseman to make?
I think second base is one of the most difficult positions to play, and it doesn't get enough credit because there's so many decisions you have to make, and when you make that decision, for instance, oh, the ball's in the dirt, I have to go cover first. You have to get there quickly, have your hands up, be able to catch the ball and hold the base. In this situation, the throw's low. Medina is still arriving, even though she's really quick because it was a quick play. This is a very athletic play from Medina.
Umpires look like they are coming out of the video review room, and they changed the call to out. It's overturned. This is why they're the umpires and we are not. Top of the 6th is over. Georgia Tech wins the challenge, and they will come up to the plate in the bottom half, trailing by just 1. We go to the bottom of the 6th in Atlanta. Florida State clinging to a 4-3 lead over Georgia Tech with just a quarter of an hour before the concert begins down the road with Bruno Mars in town. Everything's still packed out, though, here at Newborn Field. I have never felt a surge on a campus for a concert than what we have heard about Bruno Mars. They're so excited. And we've gotten to see an incredible game here between Georgia Tech and Florida State trying to win the series. But Yellow Jackets with a 3-run homer from Grayson Tucker in the 5th have changed this one up. Paige Vukadinovich takes ball 2.
Well, Georgia Tech has all the momentum now. It started with the swing from Tucker, the 3-run home run, that big defensive inning there they had to end the inning, and now this is the best time to score. If you're the home team, scoring and taking the lead in the bottom of the 6th, knowing you only need 3 outs in the top of the 7th and the game is over, it's the best time to make that move. And Georgia Tech just needs to continue to ride that momentum.
Jazzy Francic is in the circle with her sub-2 ERA. That's off the glove of Danley. Going to second, Vukadinovich, and she's in there. If Danley was put in on defense after she started the game in the circle, but now, to start off the 6th, tying runs on.
Well, and you've got a little sun coming in and out. You've got the shade coming in and out, but she just misses this ball. She times it perfectly, and the ball had a little inside-out swing, a little lefty swing on it, so it's breaking away from her, but she just did not look that ball into the mitt of her glove.
Now, I was starting to wonder how would the setting sun be affecting this game. Gailey, that is, with a big cut in the miss. You can see pockets of sunshine, the shadows starting to play havoc with the fielders right now.
And that could have been a big part of it, why she didn't see the ball into her glove.
I bet she lost it. We've all been there when you're going to dive for a ball and then sun just hits you.
Yeah, I mean, she's got the sunglasses on, she's got the visor on. I mean, she's doing everything she can out there, but credit to Georgia Tech, though, again, riding that momentum with the leadoff double.
Gailey deposits it foul. Looking for her first hit. A strikeout and a bounce out to short, making her first start as a senior since March 28th at Louisville. Cardinals team that is tracking for an NCAA tournament bid this year. And if everything goes well at the end of this season for Holly April's team, they might have a top 4 seed in the ACC tournament. 15-5 right now, they're third.
Yeah, it'd be the first time they have ever received a bye in the ACC tournament. So big win. That team is really gritty this season. They have double-digit number of come-from-behind wins. Just when you think they're down and out, they just don't quit. And again, I think one of the grittiest teams in the league this season.
They could make some noise in the postseason with their style of play. Georgia Tech saw it firsthand. They went to Louisville and in Kentucky dropped all 3. Gailey couldn't hold up.
Well, a huge strikeout for Franczyk. A little bit of an excuse me swing from Gailey, kind of second guessing herself there, and with a full count, that was a gift for Franczyk.
See if she can take advantage here with Emma Simon at the plate, who has not been retired yet. A single, a walk, and a run scored. Came in on that 3-run bomb by Tucker, who is looming potentially in the 7th, even if Georgia Tech doesn't score here in the 6th. The tying run still on second base for the Jackets. Nubber to Franczyk, backhand stop, and throw across in time. Vukadinovic moves to third.
Boy, what a difference it makes when your pitchers can field the ball, just pure athleticism. You know, a lot of times the ball gets hit to a pitcher in our game and people hold their breath. You know, can they get to it? Can they throw it? Are they going to throw it away? Not Jazzy Franczyk. This is not an easy play. The ball has a lot of spin on it. She has to backhand the ball, get it up, get rid of it very quickly, and gets to 2 outs in this inning, which is very important. Now they're 1 out away from holding Georgia Tech off the scoreboard this inning.
So Alameda comes out here with Reagan Wall coming up to the plate. A tying run just 60 feet away. A massive point in this game. This game is so important, not only for Florida State, but also for Georgia Tech. For the Seminoles, they win, and potentially their RPI could be boosted into a top 8 spot, which doesn't necessarily guarantee you that you might host supers throughout the NCAA tournament, but it's a metric. And then, you know, Georgia Tech sitting at 41, they would love to climb that RPI down into the 30s to feel safer and safer as we get closer to Selection Day.
Yeah, and they really jumped up last week, defeating Virginia Tech, who was ranked 10th in the country, their highest ranked series win in program history last week. And so they are very close. They are knocking on the door of that postseason berth. Another win or a series win against Florida State would go a long way to continuing to elevate that RPI.
Reagan Wall looking for the bunt once again. Might have bunted ball 1 there. Instead, it's 0-2. I wonder if we might even have seen a safety squeeze there with Vukadinovic over on third base. 0-2. Swing and a miss! The tying run stranded 60 feet away by Jazzy Francic. Torres, Beecham, Danley, top of the order for the Seminoles, leading by 1.
Jazzy Francic shows she knows how to meet the moment. This ball running away from Wall, a huge 2 strikeouts in this inning to shut down Georgia Tech. Florida State looking to build on their lead.
ACC Softball is presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Which team will be smiling at the end? Will it be Isa Torres and the Florida State Seminoles, or Grayson Tucker and the Yellow Jackets? Isa Torres currently 1 for 3, though she does have an RBI single, but her batting average has dropped down to .583. So she's falling off the pace just a little bit. Still has plenty of season to go. And I would imagine she'll have an opportunity in the postseason to get some important at-bats as well.
She's just having an unprecedented year on both sides of the ball, and especially as the leadoff hitter. Just you look at the national rankings, and her name is on top of all of them, from hits, you know, to just, of course, the batting average, and just her ability to set the tone early for Florida State. Her on-base percentage, she finds ways on base, and this season has added power to that swing as she draws a walk and gets on base again for the Seminoles.
Yeah, staying away forward there. And a fun Georgia Tech tie-in with Isa Torres is that only one Power 5 player has ever hit over .550 in a season, which is kind of right where, you know, she is now. Even higher than that, it was Jen Yee for Georgia Tech. That's demolished out to right center, but Wallader played perfectly. And Jay-Soni Beecham with a loud first out.
Yeah, Beecham couldn't have hit this ball any better. She's been very aggressive on the first pitch all day today, but Reagan Wall easily is able to drop step, make that catch, but a well-hit ball from Beecham.
That's the defensive metrics coming up huge. That's why you put in all that analytics work. Ashton Danley, a couple of strikeouts as well as a fly out to center, looking for her first hit of the evening.
Well, this is the 4th at-bat for Florida State against Sydney Watts. Sydney Watts only has 2 complete games on the season. They have stuck with her in this entire game.
That's in the hole, but not hit well. Doesn't matter because Danley is safe at first anyway. It's off the end of the bat and nothing that Medina could have done. Hit a little bit better, it would have gotten to right field.
Always a tricky play when it's hit between first and second. Leschber thinks about going for the ball, but because she does that, she's not able to get back to first base. Usually you tell your first baseman, if it's hit slow in front of you, go get it. If it's hit slow behind you, maybe one step and then retreat back. Let your second baseman, who has that range, and we know Medina has that range, make the play.
So Florida State has some insurance on the base path. Torres is on second, Danley now on first. Anna Hind will come up to the dish. And Aaron Dixon will come into the circle to talk things over with Watts, who has really pitched a nice game. But that's going to be the hook for Watts. And on Senior Day, we will see Kenley Hillary coming in, the Kennesaw State transfer. First and second for Florida State, just one gone here in the seventh. Florida State threatening, trying to increase this one-run lead here in the top of the seventh. Georgia Tech making the switch in the circle to the senior Kenley Hillary.
Hillary's having an outstanding season for Georgia Tech. Thrown over 65 innings. Look at that high number of strikeouts. Her number one go-to is that off-speed pitch. You're going to see it a lot.
Anna Hind steps in and takes upstairs. So if you're looking for Clemson and Louisville baseball, you can find it over on ACC Network Extra. We'll get you out there when we are finished here in Atlanta. Good cut there by Hind, 1-1. Alex Perlman, Coach Carol Bruggeman with you here in the top half of the seventh inning. Florida State has led the entire series. They're up 4-0 though going into the fifth before Georgia Tech got a 3-run homer from Tucker to pull within one. Nothing since. That jammed Hind out to right center field. Medina went a long way to make that play for second. And there's two away.
Boy, Medina has been all over the defensive side of the field. She's made plays up the middle, behind first base, now out in the outfield. I mean, she makes her presence known on the field for Georgia Tech. And as you mentioned, went a long way for that second out of the inning.
Yeah, she's used to when a fly ball comes her way that she catches it, being mostly an outfielder this season, although she is more than capable up the middle, as we have seen. They gave Maddie Duffel the day off for the freshman. Bella Ruggiero now. 2 outs, first and second. Over to third, Tucker knocks it down and makes the tag of Torres. Tense moments there for the Yellow Jackets, but the top of the order is coming up for Georgia Tech. Last licks in the bottom of the seventh, down 1. Bottom of the 7th here in Atlanta. 4-3. Florida State holding on to the lead against Georgia Tech, but the Yellow Jackets have 3 outs to work with. Jazzy Francic is back in the circle to try to close this one out. She will face the top of the order to start it off. A fly ball out to right. And there is McKenzie. 1 pitch, 1 out as Willer goes down.
Francic so tough against right-handed hitters this season. Coming into this game, right-handed hitters just hitting 159, the batting average against. Her ability to move the ball through all parts of the zone. That is a huge out for Florida State to get the leadoff out here in the 7th.
Holly Medina now takes that one a little bit outside. The Seminoles trying to move to 26-2 when they score in the first inning. So good at holding off. Just outside again, 2-0. And Grayson Tucker is on deck. Big swing of the game for the Jackets. Just a couple of innings go.
Everybody clap your hands.
Medina coming over from Cal before the season. Has been an integral part of this team. Can play infield, can play outfield. Her versatility shining through. And she will go down 2-2 now. Tying run at the plate. Seminoles trying to hold on, win this series, and move to 17-3 atop the ACC standings. Holds up, and we are full. Swing and a miss. Francic got her, and Georgia Tech down to its final out. But it's Grayson Tucker.
Grayson Tucker in the 5th inning hit a 3-run home run to pull Georgia Tech within 1. She leads the team in home runs. Boy, would she love to hit back-to-back home runs in her at-bats right here.
Power versus power to try to get the final out of game number 2. Ripped off of Torres's glove into left center field. The tying run is on, and Georgia Tech is still threatening.
Grayson Tucker has had some quality at-bats. This time Francic tries to jam her up going inside, but she keeps her hands inside the ball, barrels it up well. And Florida State's playing deep. They're in that no doubles defense, making sure that ball does not get to the wall, not allowing Tucker to get into scoring position. It pays off for them there. They keep her at a single.
Tucker lifted for the usual second baseman for Georgia Tech. Maddie Duffel is going to come in and pinch run. She represents the tying run. The winning run is at the plate in Addison Leshper. She's down to the count 0-1. Leshper was the final hitter that Dmitrievich faced back in the 5th inning. She was hit by a pitch.
Well, Leshper has 12 home runs of her own this season, so certainly has the power to walk it off here for Georgia Tech.
Just off. A lot of Seminoles fans here in the crowd. It's a little over a 4-hour drive from Tallahassee. An easy trip to make. 2-1. And Georgia Tech down to its final strike. And we're full. Reese Hunter is on deck for Georgia Tech. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Tying run on first base. Winning run at the plate. And Leshper takes outside. Down to their final out twice. Georgia Tech has continued this game here in the 7th.
Leshper showing great discipline. This pitch is off the plate. Franczyk wanted the call, but it is fading off the plate. Just a terrific at-bat from Leshper. There's no doubt in that situation. Hitters want to hit. You want to swing the bat. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is to show discipline and not swing past the bat to your teammate.
So as Lonnie Alameda comes out to talk to her infield, it's all set up for Reese Hunter. They honored the seniors before the game. Each of their mothers threw out the first pitch, including Reese Hunter's. She has experienced such a turnaround this year, hitting 125 points higher than last season. Last year, just 209 for the year. And this season, Hunter up over 330 coming into the game. What a way to finish out your career. And this would be a memorable moment if she is able to put one in the gap here. Hunter grounded out to second in her only at bat against Franczyk today, and she is down in the count 0-1. Duffel is the tying run on second base. Leshper the winning run on first. 0-2. Using the power against Hunter, expecting something hard. She got the off-speed stuff and swung right through it. Georgia Tech down to its final strike once again. Popped up, right field. McKenzie makes the catch, and Florida State survives. The Yellow Jackets didn't make it easy, but 4-3 is your final as the Seminoles win the series.
Well, Florida State did just enough. Pitch by committee. Franczyk came in huge for her team. Florida State just enough to win today. They stay in first place in the ACC.
Seminoles improving to 17-3 in the ACC. Georgia Tech falls to 10-13. Series finale is tomorrow. That will do it for us here in Atlanta with Carol Bruggeman for our fantastic ACC Network crew. I'm Alex Perlman saying so long from Newborn Field. Let's get you to Clemson and Louisville on the Diamonds.